Build AI infrastructure has really morphed into a credit race. XAI, Elon Musk's AI venture, is following a similar playbook. OpenAI's Stargate project secured over $11 billion for Texas. AI just isn't really driving innovation, it's rewriting the playbook for how tech companies borrow.
In 2025, a line was crossed that most people didn't even notice. For the first time in US history, spending on artificial intelligence infrastructure, servers, chips, and sprawling data centers surpassed spending on consumers themselves. That means more money went into feeding machines than into serving people. It's a statistic that sounds abstract until you realize what it really means. The economy no longer revolves around you.
For over a century, the American consumer was king. Your choices at the checkout line shaped industries. Your demand for products drove innovation. Your spending powered growth. But in 2025, the crown was quietly taken away. Corporations no longer compete for your loyalty. They compete for GPUs, electricity, and data. The consumer has been dethroned.
And while billions pour into AI, the world you live in feels tighter, harsher, more expensive. Grocery shelves grow thinner, prices climb higher, wages lag behind. The paradox is haunting. Abundance in the digital world, but scarcity in the physical one. Servers are overflowing, but pantries are not.
This isn't just a story about technology. It's a story about priorities. When money flows into machines instead of markets, when algorithms matter more than families, the consequences ripple through every household. And if this AI bubble bursts, it won't be the investors who suffer most. It will be the regular person, the one already paying more for less.
So here's the challenge. Stay with me as we unravel the mystery of how the AI boom could reshape your daily life and why the warning signs suggest the cost of this bubble may land squarely on your shoulders. If you want to see what's really at stake, subscribe now because the story is only just beginning. In 2025, the consumer was dethroned. For decades, your spending was the heartbeat of the economy. Every purchase a vote that shaped industries. But now, corporations chase something else entirely: computational power. They pour billions into AI infrastructure, not into lowering prices or improving your life. The shift is subtle, almost invisible, yet its meaning is profound. People are no longer the center of growth. When machines become the priority, people become the afterthought. And history shows what happens when consumers are ignored. Bubbles form and bubbles burst. You've been replaced.
Picture this. You step into a grocery store. The fluorescent lights hum, but the shelves look thinner than last week, and the prices sting sharper than yesterday. Meanwhile, just a few miles away, a billion-dollar data center roars with endless power, feeding algorithms that may never touch your life directly. This is the paradox of 2025. Scarcity in the physical world, abundance in the digital one. The money that once kept shelves stocked and prices stable is now diverted into silicon and steel. And when capital abandons the consumer economy, the cost of living climbs relentlessly. Servers are full, shelves are bare. We're told this is progress, that AI breakthroughs will one day trickle down to make life easier, cheaper, better. But history whispers a different story. When industries chase hype instead of balance, the result isn't prosperity, it's fragility. The dot-com boom promised a digital utopia, yet left millions jobless when the bubble burst. Today, AI is hailed as unstoppable, but the warning signs are eerily familiar.
soaring valuations, copycat startups, and promises that outpace reality. Progress without balance is regression. And when the illusion shatters, it won't be the corporations that feel it first. It will be you.
Remember when companies fought for your dollar? Discounts, loyalty programs, endless ads, all designed to win your attention. That era is fading. In 2025, corporations aren't chasing customers, they're chasing GPUs, electricity, and server space. The consumer has slipped quietly out of the equation. Your spending no longer drives growth, compute power does. And when demand no longer matters, your voice in the economy weakens. The shelves may grow emptier, the price is higher, but the machine keeps humming. This is the silent shift. The economy no longer needs you to thrive. You're no longer the prize.
Billions vanish into AI research and infrastructure every quarter, yet the average household sees no relief. Where does all that money go? Into models that hallucinate? Into startups with no revenue? Into promises that may never materialize? Meanwhile, you pay more at the checkout line, more at the pump, more for rent. It's as if value is being siphoned away from the real world into a digital black hole. And when the bubble bursts, the benefits won't trickle back down. They'll evaporate. The consumer pays twice, once in higher costs and again in broken promises. We pay twice. What if AI was never really built for you? That's the uncomfortable question. The glossy marketing promises convenience, productivity, even creativity. But peel back the curtain and the truth looks different. These systems are designed to serve corporations, cutting costs, automating jobs, maximizing profit margins. The consumer benefit is secondary, sometimes accidental. Imagine a future where your doctor is replaced by a chatbot, your teacher by a screen, your job by a line of code. The winners aren't households, they're shareholders. And when the bubble bursts, the corporations will pivot. You won't. It's not built for you. When bubbles burst, investors lick their wounds and move on. But the regular person, they're left with the wreckage. Layoffs ripple through industries, wages stagnate, and prices refuse to fall. The AI bubble is no different, except this time the stakes are higher. Because the money that could have stabilized shelves, lowered bills, or supported wages has already been siphoned into machines. When the crash comes, the safety nets won't be there. The irony is cruel. The people who never asked for this AI arms race will be the ones who pay for it. You pay the bill.
Why does AI feel infinite while your grocery cart feels emptier? That's the paradox of our time. In the digital world, algorithms multiply endlessly. New apps, new models, new promises. It looks like abundance, a flood of progress. But in the physical world, the opposite unfolds. Shortages, inflation, and wages that can't keep pace. The illusion is seductive. Pixels and code suggest growth, while shelves and paychecks tell another story. And when the bubble bursts, the digital abundance evaporates instantly, leaving only the physical scarcity behind. Don't confuse digital growth with real prosperity. Pixels don't feed families.
So where does that leave you? Strangely, with more power than you think. Even as corporations chase GPUs and data, consumer trust still matters. If people stop buying into hollow hype, if wallets close against empty promises, markets are forced to listen. Awareness is leverage. The AI bubble may be inflating at dizzying speed, but bubbles are fragile things. And the one force that can still redirect the tide is the same force that built the economy in the first place, the consumer. Eyes open, choices deliberate, demand real value. Eyes open, wallets closed.
If this feels uncomfortably close to home, subscribe, because in the second half, we'll expose the overlooked mistakes and hidden forces that could decide whether the AI bubble takes your livelihood down with it.
Every AI breakthrough comes with an invisible price tag: electricity. Training a single large model can consume as much power as thousands of households use in a year. And while families cut back on heating or watch their utility bills climb, server farms blaze day and night, devouring energy at industrial scale. Imagine a future where rolling blackouts aren't caused by storms, but by algorithms demanding more power than the grid can give. The irony is chilling. The lights in your home may dim so that machines can keep learning.
AI doesn't just crave power, it craves data. Every click, every photo, every word becomes fuel. But here's the catch: quality data is finite. Lawsuits mount as companies scrape copyrighted material and regulators begin to push back. The well is running dry. And when the hunger for data collides with scarcity, the pressure shifts back onto you, the consumer. More surveillance, more extraction, more hidden costs. The bubble feeds on information until there's nothing left to chew. And when that moment comes, the collapse will be swift. The well is finite.
Behind every polished AI system lies an invisible workforce. Low-paid contractors across the globe spend endless hours labeling images, filtering toxic content, and training models, tasks that are grueling, repetitive, and often traumatic. Yet while corporations boast of autonomous intelligence, it's human sweat that props up the illusion. And here's the cruel twist: the same consumers paying higher prices at home are indirectly funding this hidden labor abroad. The AI boom isn't just about machines replacing people, it's about people being exploited to make machines look smarter. The cost is buried, but it's real. Invisible hands, visible pain. AI may look like a wild frontier, but the truth is more controlled than it seems. A handful of tech giants own the servers, the chips, the cloud platforms. Startups depend on them, governments bend to them, and consumers have no choice but to pass through their gates. It's a monopoly, hidden in plain sight. And when monopolies rule, prices rise, innovation slows, and ordinary people lose bargaining power. The AI bubble isn't just financial, it's structural. And when it bursts, the giants will survive. The rest of us will be left scrambling. Platforms own the game.
Picture the bubble bursting. Overnight, valuations plummet, startups vanish, and investors scramble to salvage what they can. But the real shock isn't in Silicon Valley boardrooms, it's in your neighborhood. Layoffs ripple outward, not just in tech, but in every industry that leaned on AI promises. Prices don't fall with the crash. They often rise as companies slash jobs but cling to margins. The shelves stay thin, the bills stay high, and the promises of cheaper, smarter living dissolve into dust. The cruel irony? The people who never asked for this AI arms race will be the ones crushed by its collapse. Crash hits the crowd. Yet, even in collapse, some endure. History shows that bubbles don't wipe out everything. They reveal what's real. The dot-com crash destroyed thousands of websites, but Amazon survived by solving a genuine need. The same will be true for AI. The survivors won't be the flashiest demos or the loudest hype machines. They'll be the tools that quietly solve real problems for real people. The lesson is simple but brutal. Utility beats spectacle. If an AI product makes life cheaper, safer, or easier, it has a chance. If not, it vanishes with the bubble. Solve or vanish. It doesn't have to end in collapse. Imagine if the billions now funneled into AI infrastructure were redirected toward solving human problems, lowering food costs, stabilizing supply chains, making healthcare affordable. The same algorithms that predict stock prices could predict crop yields, prevent shortages, or cut waste. But that requires a shift in priorities, from profit to people. The alternative future is possible, but only if demand forces it. Otherwise, the machines will keep feeding themselves while families struggle. The choice is stark, and it's still open. It can be ours.
So, how do you protect yourself if the bubble bursts? The answer isn't panic, it's preparation. Reskilling, adaptability, and awareness are the shields of the everyday person. Learn the tools, but don't worship them. Question the hype, but don't ignore the trends. And above all, remember that collective demand still matters. When consumers resist hollow promises, markets shift. When workers adapt, they endure. The AI bubble may be inflating, but you're not powerless. The shield is in your choices, your skills, your awareness.
In the end, the AI bubble isn't just about technology, it's about priorities. Who do we choose to serve? Machines or people? The answer will shape not just markets, but societies. If the bubble bursts, the fallout will reveal what we valued most. Did we build an economy that fed algorithms while families went hungry? Or did we demand a system that put people first? That's the mystery still unfolding, and it's one you're living inside right now. The bubble may burst tomorrow or years from now, but the question it leaves behind will echo far longer. Machines or people?
So here's the story. In 2025, AI spending overtook consumer spending for the first time. Billions poured into machines while shelves grew emptier and prices climbed higher. The bubble may burst, but the warning is already here. When priorities shift away from people, the cost is always paid by the regular person. Next time, we'll uncover the hidden war for AI dominance, where nations, not startups, decide your future.